Welcome to Talking Comics, where we are bagged, boarded, and pre-recorded. I'm Ryan.
I'm Sean.
Welcome back, everyone. We're finally back in the saddle.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. We got a lot to talk about our break. I read a lot of comics, watched a lot of TV, a lot of relaxation going on. And yeah, Sean and I went to Rose City Comic Con this last weekend.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I posted a thing on our Facebook page yesterday, kind of a little teaser, saying, we went to Comic Con, and that I picked up some, independent comic books from some writers you probably haven't heard of. Like us, they're up and coming. They haven't really been discovered yet. The word hasn't really gotten out about them yet. So I decided I wanted to talk about some of those on some podcasts coming up.
You were definitely out there networking. Like that. Out there glad-handing it.
Oh, yeah. It was so much fun. I got to meet one of my new favorite people, Kyle from Kirby Crackle, one of my favorite bands.
Yeah, he was cool.
Yeah, he was so cool. And, he seemed like he might have been interested to come on the podcast sometime.
He did.
Yeah.
He did, yeah.
One of the comic book writers that I talked to and bought one of the comics from, he was also interested in coming on the podcast sometime. I'll talk about. I don't know if we'll talk about this one on this podcast, this comic, but the comic is called. It was The Black Suit of Death. That guy. Yeah, he was cool. Oregon native. Yeah.
I would say if you want to get to a lead-in like that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm spacing out. Like, it feels kind of weird to be back on the podcast again.
He's a little rusty.
Yeah. Gotta shake off the rust. Oil. What? Oil. Tin Man over here. Anyways, Kirby Crackle. I've showed Sean them. You're kind of digging their music. That's pretty cool stuff.
I am.
They're nerd rock. I love it. My cousin sent me a link to one of their songs, and I've been listening to them the past 2 months since. And I'm really digging it. I'll try and leave like a link in the description or something for you guys to check out some of their music. Don't illegally download it, please.
No.
Because these guys, they've been around for a little while, but they haven't, and they're getting pretty big. But they're still at, he was at his own booth. There, it wasn't like, his secretary's there.
He doesn't have an Alfred.
Yeah, he doesn't have an Alfred. It was him there talking to the fans, selling T-shirts and whatnot. So, yeah, check them out. I will be using one of their songs as a conversation point in a future podcast, actually. So look forward to that.
You know how I explain them?
How?
Since you turned me on to them. If anybody's ever seen that episode of Big Bang Theory where Kuther-Polly and Wolowitz are doing the Thor Indiana Jones song. You know what I'm talking about? You ever seen that one?
Yeah.
If you like that, you'll like these guys.
Yeah. Songs that I'd recommend by them. Ring Capacity, Great Lakes Avengers, and Webslinger Hopebringer.
Oh, right on.
That last one, I swear, it gives me goosebumps like every time I listen to it. It's one of those kinds of songs.
Okay.
Where I hear it, I'm like, damn. That gave me chills.
Web
and they're multiplying.
Right.
It's a really awesome song.
It just gave me the chills.
Yeah, it's like one of my favorite songs by them. And because, one, it's about one of my favorite superheroes, Spider-Man.
Oh, I was going to say Billy Batson. No, I'm kidding.
So yeah, I'll leave a link in the description to their YouTube channel. And you guys can go check them out and listen to some of their music. Yeah, they're really good. And let's, I guess, get on with the podcast.
I want to hear
You want to hear some? What do you want to hear, Sean? I'll tell you what you want.
Oh, you don't lead in with Black Suit of Death and then just say,
Yeah.
"Oh, you know what? Never mind."
All right. You want to hear about the Black
I
Suit?
do.
All right, I'll talk about that one. I really liked the one that I'm going to be talking about today. I bought the issue 0 and the issue 1. Mostly, I mean, so I was going around Comic-Con, like I said, picking up these independent comics from names I'd never heard of, comics I'd never heard of. And I was walking by and I saw the cover art. And I was like, oh, that looks cool.
Sure.
And the guy he wasn't there at the time, but his wife was. And so she told me about it, and it hooked me. It sounded interesting. The basis of the story is, all right, the titles of the issue 0 is the one I'm going to be going off. I bought issue 0 and issue 1. It's called Black Suit of Death, The Black Suit of Death, Ides of March. This is the title of issue 0.
Oh, okay. I know what. Yeah, they were nice too.
Yeah, they were really
they were
nice.
super nice. I know which one you're talking about now.
The writer is, I'm probably going to butcher the last name. His name's Benjamin Krieger. Super cool, super nice guy. He, they live out here in Oregon, out towards Salem, I think they said. And like a little pre-synopsis on the story from what they like. There's their words. So it's about death, as in the Grim Reaper, but instead of it being a supernatural being, it's a alien technology. It's an actual suit that chooses a new host, kind of like a Dread Pirate Robbins kind of thing.
Okay. Liking it.
Yeah. It starts off on a utopian planet. The planet's name is actually Utopia 9.
What happened to the first 8?
They were not true utopias and could not survive. That's actually something they explain in like the first page.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 through 8 didn't quite have what it takes to survive. And they finally, found the right thing on number 9. There's no war, there's no crime. Everyone lives long, happy, healthy lives. But after, so long of people living, much past their, original, let's say, expiration date.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's a joke to one of our other podcasts from another different podcast we do sometimes. So people are living way past their original expected, years.
Right.
And this is leading to an energy crisis on the planet because everyone's, they're still alive, leaving the lights on, God damn it.
Pretty much.
And so they task their like head scientist guy. I can't remember the actual like title they gave him. His name was where is it? Dr. Sietzen, to find a solution. I'm probably not pronouncing that right, but I'm reading it, so it's like how do you know you're pronouncing it right? The council, the leaders.
So there's some sort of governed body.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the more or less the council, they are, like the UN essentially for the planet. Like when I was reading it, each council member had like a different symbol in front of his chair stand thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming that they're kind of like a UN type thing, United Nations type governing body. And they task him to come up with some kind of solution because he's the smartest man on their planet.
Okay. Do they go into terms?
Not really. It's just like
nobody dies. It's like no elections, huh? It's like, no, I'm still here.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I'm sure it's also kind of like clan based, like ancient times.
Oh, okay.
Like, all right, this guy is the head of his clan, And
I see what you. Okay, you said clan. You had me worried there for a minute.
I mean, I don't really know much about the Utopia 9 government. I mean, they didn't explain too much about it. But
Okay.
so they task him with to find a solution of some kind. The doctor comes in. He's like, I found our solution. It's going to fix our energy crisis.
Mm-hmm.
And he unveils his creation, the Black Suit of Death, which the council is not pleased with. Apparently, the Utopia principles are life, liberty, and love. That's like the principles that they founded their society on. And he's like, the person to wear the black suit of death has to be a man of three as well: judge, jury, and executioner.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
So not only is this doctor a genius, but he's quite mad, I think. Like, he's smart, and this is actually overall a good idea, because you can't have a successful world where everyone lives basically forever.
It's Darwinistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's actually kind of the basis of what he says about the suit, is like, it's not just going to kill people, just the bad ones, just the ones who don't deserve to live.
So do they go on to say, well, who are you to judge who's bad and who's good? And
Well, he's not necessarily going to be the one wearing the suit.
right.
I'd imagine, like, you pick the best people of judgment from the planet, someone who's...
I could already see I
Yeah,
could like this story already, because there's so many layers.
Yeah. And after the council, they shoot him down. They shoot him down and shut him down. They are going to strip him of his title as, like, head scientist, because apparently he did all of this. He made this suit, like, more or less behind the backs of, like, the group, like the state or country scientist people. Like, there's a group of them, and they're the ones that get tasked with this, and he was the one that, kind of the head of them.
You'd be like, but wait, you guys said I was the smartest.
Yeah, and, he was like the government, I think they were called the government of scientists or something like that. They were like, we had no idea that he was doing this.
We were wrong.
And, yeah, and he's like, it's true, they had no idea of what I was doing, because they were too preoccupied with spending tax dollars.
Okay.
I did this for 2%. I created this for like 2% of what they do all their other solutions with.
Wow.
And so they're like, no, this is against everything we have created our foundation of our society on. We're going to strip you of your title, and we're going to send you to work in the mines.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, right off the bat, this calls
I'm only
Kryptonian.
I'm only within like the first 6 pages right now.
That's all right at the beginning?
Yeah, this is like only like I've only done like slightly less than half the book.
There you tell it. That sounds like a story in itself.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like,
all right.
This is all just like the first part, and this is just issue 0.
Oh. Okay.
This is the origin story right here.
Okay, I'm on board.
Yeah, this guy hooked me. Hook, line, and sinker.
Hurry up so I can borrow it.
I already like bookmarked their website on my my computer.
Nice.
You're
gonna plug it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I don't have it on me. I'll put
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a link to their Facebook or website in our description. I actually followed them on Twitter, and like right away they followed me back, which was kind of cool.
I don't twit.
You don't twit. You don't tweet.
Whatever.
You don't shit.
Well, that I do. Full of it.
He refuses their refusal. He is outraged. No, this is the one and only solution. This is the only thing that's going to fix our society's problem. This is the only thing. It'll take the life energy of the unworthy that are killed and send that energy to the power core of the planet, the thing that distributes all the power to the houses and buildings and businesses of our society.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really a good plan. Like,
Thinning the herd. It's got to be crowded.
Yeah. Overpopulation.
Nobody dies. Pretty soon there's going to be a utopian 10 and 11.
and not because the other ones failed necessarily, but because they don't have room.
Yeah.
And he's outraged. His title's going to be stripped. He's going to be sent to do manual labor for the rest of his life, and that's going to be a long life because pretty much nobody dies on this planet.
Yeah.
So he gets in the suit.
All right.
And proceeds to slaughter at least half of the council and the guards that were in there. Also, a funny little side note, as he's like talking to the council, like the guards and the guys that helped wheel in the suit.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, "Hey, what are you doing after work today?" "No, I don't know." "You want to go to the bar?" "Oh yeah, sure." "I'm gonna ask Tim." "Oh yeah, he's cool." "Hey Tim, you want to go to the bar?" "Yeah."
The guards,
yeah,
like the background characters,
they're chit chatting in the background of the
dialogue.
Scenes.
I love those little touches like
that. So I thought that was really cool and really funny. So it kind of takes away from the seriousness a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I love the serious scenes of a comic, but you can't have a comic that's just serious all through the thing.
It's like if you and I were the guards. Anyway, so I want to hear these people talk.
So he's killing the council, and but there's a problem with the suit. It's already reached max capacity for the energy reserve that it picks up from the lives taken, and it malfunctions, which leads to his capture.
Oh, it can only hold so much after the killing, the energy type thing?
Yeah.
So it's like a reverse iPhone battery.
So he's able, they're like, his suit freezes up or something, and they're able to capture him. And they take him in, and they can't get him out of the suit. The suit has fused to him.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So they not only are we stripping you of your title, we're not going to send you to the mines. We're going to send you to a place so primitive that the concept of something where your concept of death, the suit of death, is I can't really remember the words exactly. But so they send him to Earth.
Oh, I thought you were going to say my gym.
they,
so desolate.
They send him to Earth, and he's there for years and years. And he, the life pod, coffin looking thing that he was in, is found by a young farm boy, a young farmer, and kind of at the top of this next panel, right before he's found, it says 15 years after leaving Eden. So this young farmer finds that, and the suit's talking to him, and he's like, "Yeah." He opens it up and he's like, "Yeah, I'll put you on." And it kind of consumes him.
Yeah.
And then it shows him, it shows another young farmer in a field. And then him right up behind it, and he says, "Hello, brother."
Oh, wow.
They're kind of tying it into the foundation of Earth and Cain and Abel.
Yeah.
Which I thought was pretty cool.
Wow.
That took a little longer to explain than I thought it would. Yeah, so that's the Black Suit of Death, Ides of March. I'll try and put a link to their website or their Facebook page in the description below. And we have a guest.
We do.
Howdy.
Look who showed up.
Yeah.
Let me do a little microphone adjustment here.
No problem.
All right. Welcome to the show, Garrett.
Thanks. Glad to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of caught us in the middle of the story. You'll probably hear it when you listen to the podcast later.
Fantastic.
Uh,
Glad to be here with the Dick Magnet himself.
yeah.
Oh, nice. Did you go to con?
Of course I went to Con.
How'd it treat you?
First day was... I was first in to see Stan Lee. I got up at 4:30. No, I was there at 4:30. Waited there, and then just... the staff just completely messed up the line.
Yeah.
So
Really?
on top of having to wait, I had to wait like an equivalent of like 8 hours to get Stan Lee's signature.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was wondering why we didn't see you there,
Mhm.
and now I know why, because you were
Yeah.
standing in line trying to talk to Stanley.
If it wasn't for Jim Cummings and Steve Bloom, my day would have just been ruined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good guys, fun guys.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, Comic-Con was so cool. I had so much fun there getting to talk to these, comic book writers and artists and singers and stuff.
Yeah, we were rubbing elbows and networking and
Yeah.
a lot of glad handing.
Nice. Special guests in the near future.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully,
Yeah, hopefully.
I mean, we got a couple of interested sounding conversations, so yeah.
That's
Definitely.
great. Did you get any conversations with Mike Mengele, or how do you pronounce his name?
Magnolia?
Magnolia.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, Hellboy guy?
Mhm. Yes, sir.
We saw him,
Mhm.
but he was pretty busy.
Yeah.
Pretty preoccupied.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were concentrating more. Ryan had the great idea of, like I said, targeting more the independent,
Yeah.
No, that's fair. Yeah.
plug them, help, I mean, we don't,
Yeah,
what could we offer, Mike?
Yeah.
No, gotta start somewhere. I understand that.
Yeah, like I went around and I was going to all these little tiny booths where it probably took it might have taken these guys a long time to get the money together to get this booth at Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just picking up their single issue, like first volumes and stuff to talk about on the podcast. Because, any extra, awareness of their work is, good for them.
Good
And
publicity.
It helps when they're as good as the one I was just talking about.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah. The Black Suit of Death Ides of March, I would definitely recommend.
All right.
Right on.
Yeah, Con was fun though.
Mhm.
It was.
I wish I had the whole weekend off so I could have gone to the second day too. I would have been broke as a joke, but
It's worth it.
it would have been fun.
You guys definitely would have liked the voice actor panel. They had freaking the guy who does Tom from Toonami, Winnie the Pooh, Jim Cummings.
What's his name? Steve Bloom was
Mhm.
there. He was the guy that did the voice for Spike Spiegel on Cowboy Bebop.
That's right.
I wish I totally forgot that he was going to be there until like the last minute. We were like over 3/4 of the way done with our day. I was like, I'm busy. I'd like to go talk to him and get an autograph,
Mhm.
but I want to get more of these little comics.
Yeah.
A lot more voice actors, but imagine all these crazy voices doing the first 3 scenes to Ghostbusters.
That's awesome.
You had freaking Dirty Elmo coming on to freaking Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
It was great.
Speaking of dirty, I went to the John Bernthal panel.
Hmm.
Did you catch that one?
I did not. I heard good things.
Well, it's a matter of opinion.
Yeah.
Dude, he is filming a movie up in British Columbia,
Mm-hmm.
and he had drove straight down,
Oh, really?
and he was like dead tired.
Oh.
I hear that.
And by the time his panel come on, sitting there, and he comes on stage and sitting there chit-chatting and everything, and I noticed a lot of people, especially with children,
Mhm.
were getting up and leaving because every other word out of his mouth was,
Oh.
F
I hear
this,
that.
oh yeah, like, cool dude, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Super cool guy. A lot of Wolf of Wall Street questions, and of course Walking Dead.
Yeah.
A few Punisher stuff here and there.
Mhm.
But it's, the season 2 is still new for Daredevil.
Yeah.
But yeah, and he apologized and kept catching himself. He's like, "Oh, I can hear I can hear my mother now scolding me right as my wife is sitting next to me going, the language on them.
Language? What
Yeah.
are you, Captain America?
Is Cap here?
Yeah, the reason I didn't actually stay for his panel was because I was dead tired and I thought I was going to fall asleep.
I know.
So I got up and walked around. I was like, is there any place in this damn Coliseum Convention Center that sells Red Bull? The answer was no. No, there was not.
Oh,
None for you.
none that aren't worth costing an arm and a leg.
Yeah, so I just like bought the biggest Mountain Dew I could and just like
Yeah.
just drank it in like a second. Yeah, I'm definitely like I should be getting my license at the end of this month, and I'm definitely planning on going to every convention I can, because that's the only thing stopping me is not having a ride.
KomoriCon's coming pretty quick.
I am not familiar with that one. I've heard a lot of fun. I've heard that it's really fun though.
Mm-hmm. It's gotten so big that they actually had to move it over to the convention
Oh,
center.
nice.
Mhm.
I know next month is Retro Game Expo,
Oh, all right.
and that one's a lot of fun. Talking to a lot of the YouTube gamer guys that I like to watch, and you know it's really weird when you talk to these people that you like admire or consider like famous and big time, and they're just like really down to earth and cool.
Yeah.
You're like, oh,
Yeah.
you're a person too? I thought you were like,
Come on.
they're people too.
Yeah.
And you don't really think about that until after you meet them.
Just walk out, hi, childhood.
Like, it's so strange to me, like, because, you know, here we are, this tiny little podcast, and I'm getting to talk to, you know, people who have millions of people that like to watch them and listen to their stuff. And it's so
You
cool.
stick with me, kid.
This guy's going places. Him and his 10-story wife.
Believe it or not, Sean actually has had some input on some stuff that a lot of people on YouTube have seen. Are you familiar with the Jinusagi, the murder with an incredibly ineffective weapon?
I have not. Please go on.
Oh, that is just one of my favorite things on the internet. So this guy gets cursed and he is followed around by this demon called the Jinusagi.
Mm-hmm.
And what it does is it follows you around for eternity, hitting you with a spoon.
Like serial killer style with a butcher knife, you know? But, yeah.
And he's like immortal. I'll put a link to that in the description of this podcast.
It was done during the time when Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez were doing the Grindhouse movies. And they had the contest on YouTube, I guess, that you can come up with your own trailer. Because they put like mock trailers if you ever saw Grindhouse,
Yeah.
like in the theater,
Yeah.
there was a scene like in between. Like the old Grindhouse movies, there'd always be double features in the
Yeah.
70s. And 10 times out of 10, the poster was always way better than the movie.
Yeah.
And the trailers. The actual movie. So you'd watch the one movie, and then they do trailers, and then the second movie would come on. A lot
Yeah.
of drive-in stuff, a lot of little crappy theaters, you know,
Yeah.
42nd Street in New York, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Alamo in Texas. But so when they did their movies, they actually had people come in and just do mock trailers and direct. Like Eli Roth did, like Thanksgiving. Rob Zombie did Werewolf Women of the SS. Let's see, they did. Actually, it spawned one because Rodriguez did Machete, and then it ended up becoming the movie.
Okay.
That's awesome.
And it did that. But they had this contest where, like, you guys jump in on it too, and we'll use, down the road. Mm-hmm. So they had all these people and everything. And my buddy, he goes, yeah, I could write up something real quick. Blah, blah, blah. I got together there, and there it was. Then gone.
Yeah.
Separate way, doing the thing, I never gave it a second thought.
Mm-hmm.
Then this guy.
Sean sends me a link to the video one day. He's like, "Hey, have you ever seen this? I worked on
I
this."
put that and the Black Devil Doll trailer up on S&M website, the other podcast that Matt and I do.
Oh, okay.
And I sent it to him, and
Yeah. I hadn't watched that video in like 4 or 5 years. And I was like, wait, hold up a second. You worked on this? You were a part of this? That's so awesome.
He tells. I wasn't expecting that reaction. I was waiting for the tee hee hee. You know, the ha. I was trying to get him to laugh. He's like, "Do you know how long?" You know, my cousin showed me that. And how long I went around hitting him with a spoon. So he got me to laugh. And it like backfired on me because I'm picturing Ryan walking around.
It's horrible. Love it.
And it has to be, because that was the part of the point, because it's so long and so drawn out. And so is the whole synopsis of the whole thing. There's no movie.
There's a scene where he's trying to call the police, and he's trying to, and the Gina Saji's trying to cut the wire with a spoon.
That's all he uses is a spoon. Yeah. Or like when he's shaving, which is my hand, by the way. You just think about you know, like this in the mirror, and all of a sudden you just see.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's really funny. Anyone who hasn't seen that, you got to watch it. It's so freaking hilarious.
Put it on my to-do list, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Interesting side note to that story, though. The guy who actually played the Gino Savi, a guy named Lincoln.
Yeah.
And I remember going with him to. You guys know familiar with fish? There's a fish called a pacu.
Yes.
Those flat fish.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He had this tank that he just loved his pacu and just swam around and everything. Well, one day he goes, "Hey, you want to go with me to the pet store?" I'm like, all right. We were doing something, but I'm like, it involved me having to go with him to the pet store.
Yeah.
And he spends about $150 on an eel. Buys an eel.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm like, whatever, to each his own.
Yeah.
Get back to his place. What does he do? He puts the eel in the tank. Okay?
Yeah.
What do you think that eel, first thing he does?
Ooh, food.
Goes right after that pacu, right? Gnaws on it, pulls the eye out. You know what Lincoln does? He grabs a pair of scissors and cuts the eel. I'm just like,
Just spent
$150, $3 pacu, now with one eye. He goes, "I love my pacu." Because he has a voice like Ryan. "I love my pacu."
I love my pacu.
So from there on, his nickname was Pacu.
Pacu!
We're going over to Pacu's house.
That's awesome.
Oh my god.
I actually know a little bit about like people who one of the vloggers I watch, he's like for a while I think he still does it actually. His real job is he runs a fish tank store. So he sells a lot of fish and tanks. So I actually know like people spend a lot of freaking money on fish tank stuff. Like coral reefs, like people will, for like a piece like, let's say the size of my thumbnail, there are certain ones that have been like not really genetic, but like they found the right conditions with the right water to create beautiful reefs. And the price of a chunk of that, so that people can start their own one from that reef, the size of my freaking thumbnail, like $400+.
Wow.
For one that's just like got the perfect color panel on it. That's crazy to me. I mean, but people spend a lot of money on their passions.
Yeah.
I mean,
Rocks.
You could argue that it is an investment, but still.
I don't know if I mentioned this before, but you know, I grew up in the 70s and stuff, so
Yeah.
the age
You're
of
old, we know, Sean.
Jesus. I got two of you.
you should have heard what he was saying earlier before we started recording.
We got the but that was the hype of the pet rock.
Oh my god.
They had, and it came in like, you get the pet rock and it had the little nest, and it came like in the Happy Meal box. Well, I had the Superman one because they
nice.
licensed after the Christopher Reeve one came out, and it was just a rock painted green.
Yeah.
And it's like, kids, hurry up, get your Friends of Superman, because there was a club, Friends of
my
Superman, and they're marketing for little children the one thing that horribly torturously kills Superman.
I was gonna say, you know what, Friends. Superman only has one friend that keeps kryptonite, and that's freaking Batman.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
because he knows he has to kill Supes.
Right.
He knows he has to kill Superman someday.
Oh, man.
Done that more times than we can count. Let's just and sometimes without kryptonite.
Yeah. So,
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad?
I know I'm among the minority, but I liked it.
You saw it.
Yeah.
I thought it was all right.
Okay.
I wouldn't say, like, I've been telling people who asked me, I'm like, it was all right. I wouldn't go see it in theaters a second time though. I'd maybe rent it or buy it though.
Yeah.
Once I don't want to spend too much money on it. Is what I'm saying.
I'd be open. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'd be open to a sequel.
I'd like a sequel myself.
I have a sequel.
Oh,
Well, I mean, it wasn't a bad movie, but you could honestly tell because I love David Ayer. He's the guy who did Into Watch. Did you guys see that movie?
No.
That's a great movie.
All right.
Very gritty. He kept it that way too. It was Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
But that's when they brought on Jeff Johns,
Jeff Jones.
the DC guy.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of taken over this tobacco that is the DC DC movie
Cinema,
universe.
Yeah.
And because they went back, remember for longest time they went back and they were doing reshoots and this, that, and everything else.
Yeah.
I noticed exactly where Jeff Johns came in. The first half hour, the introduction. That was bright. It was like it's like one long music video.
Yeah.
The big introduction and stuff, and then like the second half became dark, which is Ayer's movie, and that's in all fairness, I think it was great. I think he was just not the guy for that or that project for him.
Yeah.
Type thing. That being said, again, this DC. I was telling you the other day. So far, the DC movies are like Star Trek movies.
Yeah.
Where I mean, you have when the Star Trek movies came out, you had your hardcore Trekkie fans. They're going to be there regardless. Just like the DC people. Whereas Marvel movies play to the broad spectrum of fans, where to the point where you're like, oh man, I saw that Civil War. Oh, that was awesome. Have you seen Batman v Superman? Not yet.
Yeah.
You know.
I'll get around to it.
Yeah, I'll get around to it.
As
But
soon as it's on Redbox.
much like if you've listened to the previous podcast, we talked about Batman v Superman, and they're villains. They have why are they doing what they're doing?
Yeah.
Here's another thing too. Amanda Waller, love that character.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. Like
You're going to put together Task Force X. Because remember they emphasized, okay, what was her big worst case scenario? It was always Superman. So dialed in Superman this and Superman that.
Yeah.
and he is a threat.
So why are you adding Captain Boomerang to it? What?
Well, those of you who have seen The Last Airbender, Boomerang is the most powerful.
yes.
No, that's not kryptonite. This is kryptonite. And Slipknot.
Yeah.
A guy that could
just-
just reach high places real quick.
I think the only reason they put Slipknot in there was to kill
Yeah.
him.
It was a
much.
red shirt.
Yeah.
That's why I used the Star Trek reference.
In the actual comic where they introduced him, died right away.
Yeah.
Dang.
Mostly because Captain Boomerang was like, hey, just like in that was pretty close to the comic.
Oh.
Just like in the comic, in the movie, he was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
we should totally run away. He runs away, dies.
Boom. Yeah.
I guess I'm not running away.
But it makes the Enchantress.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, Amanda Waller is just so, we got to get this, and then the glowy box, and
Yeah.
fix this, and we're not going to pay any attention or give a second thought to the brother who has the exact same thing. And,
Yeah. Why did she have that just with her?
and it's like, and the Joker. A lot of people are focused on his look and that and everything else, but what was the Joker doing in that movie other than just being the Joker?
He was
It
trying
had
to
no
He's gonna go get
impact
his
whatsoever.
boo.
Yeah.
My version, or maybe a sequel, Amanda Waller puts together Task Force X, but she has to prove it to the government,
Yeah.
as she does. So she sends them on a mission, and then whatever said mission might be, fails, goes horribly awry. So she has to backtrack a little bit, do what Amanda Waller does, because that's when I like her the most, when she's got to cover up her own shit.
Yeah.
And then, in the midst of everything, Joker sees that the government and Amanda Waller have Harley. Mm-hmm. Okay? Now, the love story thing, that was a little, pardon the pun, backdoored. But it's his Harley. He wants Harley back. So what does he do? Takes Amanda Waller. Mm-hmm. And now you've got Amanda Waller in danger, still being Amanda Waller, but now you've got giving the Joker something to do,
Yeah.
and he's got his Joker henchmen,
Mm-hmm.
and they're fighting, so the deaths mean something. Not like they played out with those enchantress demon things that.
Yeah.
It was like the last, the end of the first Avengers, where it's like you can get away with a lot of killing because they're just mindless, faceless, whatever.
the multiple eyes totally remind me of like H.P. Lovecraft thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not really sure what Enchantress' purpose was either. Just
Yeah.
there was nothing. I mean, she was cool visually. I loved all
Yeah.
that and everything, and that's an awesome character.
Mm-hmm.
But there was nothing really happening at the end.
Yeah.
And then so we do that, and then you got Task Force X to do a second mission. Going after, fight the Joker, Harley. There could be that little thing, that dynamic, of course, obviously, with those two.
Yeah.
While they're fighting, she's punching and killing Joker's henchmen, who are just, I don't know, escaped Arkham.
Yeah.
Yep.
Guys, that, the henchman that he doesn't give a rat's ass about anyway.
Like the panda.
Or like the opening for The Dark Knight, how the Joker treated his dudes.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
even
yeah.
though they fail, Joker knew, or he's got a contingency plan to make them fail on top of plans upon
yeah.
plans upon plans. Let him, give the Joker stuff to do,
Yeah.
type thing.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been my movie.
Yeah. So how are we gonna rate Leto Joker on like cinematic wise from Nicholson to Ledger, I guess.
I'd say I'd call him like he did a lot of aspects like of Jack Nicholson and Ledger, like the gangster.
They took that. Well, that's the old.
But he also had that kind of look at me, I'm crazy weird thing going on.
Yeah,
No, he's disturbed.
I just think that's it's chalking up to the writing.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, It's not Leto's fault.
Oh no. I mean, he went bat crap insane while doing the whole thing.
I feel like that's just the case for Joker characters these days.
It kind of is.
Because there's the majority of the really good actors these days are method actors, and they get so into their role that they. You know what it makes me think of? When Martian Manhunter morphed himself into the Joker to figure out what the Joker's plan was, and got like PTSD from it.
He was in there for a moment, and after Batman warning him, "Don't do it,"
Yeah, and he came out like into the fetal position.
he melded with his mind
Sounds
for
about
a
right.
moment.
Yeah, so
One of my favorite moments in comics.
yeah. I overall though I'd say I liked it because I liked the old gangster style Joker kind of thing he was doing on
The original Jerry Robinson type.
Yeah.
There we go. That's
it
what I was
was,
forgetting.
it was true to original character, which I totally dug. I'd probably watch it again.
I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll just borrow it from Sean.
Yeah.
And I'll steal it from Ryan.
Then he sells it back to me. Sorry, man. Ryan lost your movie here. I got one for you.
But conveniently,
I was pleasantly surprised with Deadshot.
yeah.
I did not.
I knew he would kill it, but because pun intended, because Will Smith's a great actor, but I didn't know how well it was gonna work into the.
Oh, he was great, man.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
I told you before. The only thing I was afraid of was because he's Will Smith. That we're gonna see the mask.
Yeah,
I didn't even mind him outside the mask. He was great.
because
Yeah.
they made it work with the attachment.
Yep.
With the eye thing.
He pulled off Family Man and Badass pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, because that's the only thing that drives Deadshot to do anything is that, well, I want my daughter to be all right.
Yeah. That's it.
And I really liked how through it, he was like, your mom's a real piece of shit. That made me laugh so hard for some reason.
And of
He's
course,
straight.
it goes without saying the Batman scene.
Oh, that was
That was which of the three?
Yeah. The dead shot in the alleyway, or
Yeah.
punching Harley underwater, or
I like the part where Amanda Waller just called him out.
yeah.
Get stop working nights.
And yeah, well, that's another thing too. It's like, because I thought, is that what this movie's about? Because no one could know, and she just kept shooting her own people. It's like,
yeah.
That blew my mind. Like, holy crap!
who's the villain here?
You know, right?
Like, would the what's her? I forgot the Enchantress really be trying to take over the world if her heart hadn't been stabbed like 100 times by Amanda Waller?
Exactly. I know.
And now she's just trying to get revenge on the bitch that kept stabbing her.
I think she just, at one point, she just did it with his pencil or something.
Yeah.
That's pretty hardcore.
So yeah, a lot of that. I mean, I liked it. The world, like, it's good viewing and everything, but it's like,
whenever I think of Amanda Waller, I always think she is what Batman can never truly be. Because Batman,
a black woman.
well, that
Yeah, strong, independent woman.
she's like, all right, I need to kill all these people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Batman's secret identity is always being found out,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just like, all right, I guess you're part of the family now.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
That's another thing too. It's like everybody seems to know who Batman is.
Yeah. What's happening in the DC cinematic universe? Did he just like take the mask off on live TV or something?
Must have.
Because
The only person, if you take all the Batman movies, the only one who doesn't know is Gordon.
I know.
Even at the end, like in the last one, the Chris Nolan one,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's still, sometimes a real hero, all he has to do is put a coat around a little boy who's lost his parents. I mean, you're about ready to die. This is the dude that's stuck with you the whole time. What are you, the
Yeah.
Riddler?
Plot twist.
What a dick! Why is he so mean? We talked about with the Tim Burton ones too. He's
Yeah.
always mean to Gordon in
yeah.
one way or another. Can't you just tell him?
Yeah.
Everybody else seems to know.
Well, you know what it took for Gordon to find out? Him dying in the Batman dying in the comics.
Yeah,
Oh, so it was Bruce Wayne after all. I guess I'm Batman now.
Just
yeah.
all the detectives around and just behind him are going, what?
But still, he's
love-
still mean. He's still dumping on Gordon because in his death. I guess I got to do the heavy lifting now.
It's actually funny. I saw this just the other day. There was this little cartoon sketch of like it was like Gordon in his office with a bunch of Batman stuff on the background, and a cop was like, one of his officers like, "Is Bruce Wayne Batman?" And Gordon's like, "It can't be. He hates bats."
One thing holding him back.
It's like he's walking around Gotham with a "kick me" sign on his back.
Oh, poor Gordon.
Oh well, yeah. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry.
That's sinister sound.
It's, gents.
So what do you got to talk about?
All right.
Think we got time for another comic?
Yeah, sure. All right. What do you want? Let's see. First of all, let's go with my pride and joy. The thing I'm known for most in Sean's shop.
Yeah, I was
look at
waiting
that.
for that one.
Yeah, Predator versus Judge Dredd versus Aliens.
That's a movie I'd like to see.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. All on the Planet of the Apes.
Ooh.
But yeah, for initial reaction, tad disappointed because it isn't an all-out knockdown brawl between the two, all three.
Yeah.
But it is. It's like two separate stories,
Mm-hmm.
which they're both good in and of
Uh-huh.
themselves. But I'd like to talk about the Alien one, Incubus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got a little factor. Runtime between December 2002 and April 2003. They actually brought in the original creator of Judge Dredd, John Wagner.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yep. So yeah, he had his fingers deep in that sucker. And yeah, as far as artistic design, Andy Diggle he actually started working at 2000 AD in 2000.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, pretty good stuff. We worked on stuff like a Swamp Thing and wrote an arc for Daredevil.
That's
Oh,
right. No. Okay.
nice.
I'm like Diggle.
Nice.
Diggle.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
I think.
All I can think of is Arrow for some reason.
I think he was actually at Comic-Con.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think I remember reading his name.
Oh, Artist
on-
Alley?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think he was actually there. I'm not positive though. I remember reading his name. Maybe he was on day 2. I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah. And then Henry Flint started in 93, back in 2000.
Uh-huh.
Works mostly on just stuff I've never heard of, mostly Judge Dredd, Shakara the Destroyer, Zombo, and a bunch of stuff I've never heard of, unfortunately. Yeah.
Are you a Dredd fan?
I am not. I know next to nothing about Dredd,
Love Dredd.
except for the Sylvester Stallone movie.
So all you need to do is pay attention to the first half hour of that movie. The minute he takes the helmet off, turn it off.
Yeah, that is what I noticed. I noticed two things about Judge Dredd: never takes the helmet off and never shows his face,
You never see Dredd face. Yeah.
and never smiles.
Nope.
He always has like that tiny little frown, just 24/7.
He's always on the job.
All right, so yeah, it starts out with a nice bang, kind of like short synopsis, letting us know, hey, this is what's going on, big Earth apocalypse, shit like that.
So they're in Mega City.
They are in Mega City.
Okay,
yeah.
okay,
This
cool.
is happening in Mega City, and
I have not read this one, so I don't.
it's good. The first thing you'll notice is that this is definitely Andy Diggle's work. He the faces are kind of chunky, kind of. They're chiseled, but not in the good way. There's like this one particular scene where Judge Dredd looks like he has kind of tumors on his face.
So he like the same style as Magnolia.
Yeah, that's got like something around here.
Because I remember.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah. See, I remember when Mike Mignola did Batman, and I always call him like chunky Batman because he always had like the fat face, and I got that piece in the shop.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, I don't like it because my friend was like showing, oh, check out this Batman, check out the new artist from here. I'm like, I don't like it. And then he jumped over, he left Batman and started Hellboy.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, I was on board with that because that makes more, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, it starts off. Two guys are like running away from each other. We don't know why, but the one guy that's being pursued is super sweaty, and we can pretty much assume why. And then Judge Dredd's all like, "Stop! Don't do that!" and then kills the guy with the gun.
The lawgiver.
The lawgiver, yep. And then like one frame later, like, boom, chest burster pops out. What?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Judge Dredd straight up whacks that shit out of the way.
No. You're interfering with the police.
Another thing I'll say about Diggle's art is when it comes to gore, like, good stuff.
Oh, yeah,
He's
yeah,
got it.
yeah.
Got it going on. But yeah, and that's when, like, the story begins.
Mm-hmm.
Well, mostly, yeah. But they go down to a warehouse, and they find, like, 2 alien sacks. And they were going to... What we find out is the guy with the chest burster was going to use the alien in, like, a fight arena called the Pit. And so they're... while these guys are at the warehouse... Vermination team is at a hospital, big ass hospital with 80,000 people in it, and they don't know what they're up against. So yeah, they're dealing with that. And back at the warehouse, guy just got face huggered,
Oh, nice.
and while they were trying to get it off, a little bit of acid leaked onto someone's hand, burned it off, and straight up messed up the other guy's face.
Oh, wow. Wow.
But yeah, eventually, skip ahead a little bit. Eventually, you find out. Or can they do spoilers? Are we good?
Yeah, go
All
ahead.
right,
Yeah, do it.
spoiler warning.
I
want to know.
All right, yeah. This turns out that this whole thing, the guy with the chest burster, he got the egg from a mutant named Mr. Bones, and he's a gnarly mofo. He's got like left side of he's like Two-Face, but if after the acid they dumped him in again.
He's Mr. Bones is he's in the Cursed Earth.
Let's see, it's around here.
See, the Judge Dredd, Dredd.
I'll find a
story.
still and throw it up on the
Oh,
slide.
wonderful.
They have the nuclear fallout, the
Yeah.
whole planet. So there's mega cities. It's basically L.A. giant, and then New York giant, and all the people are all in there, and
And then wasteland in between.
then they build up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and to the point where even when judges retire and they have a clean record, they do something called the long walk, where they basically just whichever mega city they're in,
They have to
they
walk
walk
to
to
the
the other
other.
one. And there's different mutants and tribes and all sorts of monsters and everything. And Mr. Bones, yeah.
Yep. Right here.
Yeah, that's a handsome guy right there.
Oh yeah, lovely,
Yeah.
lovely face.
Now, does it explain how the xenomorphs got?
Mr. Bones brought him.
From
space, apparently.
okay.
Yeah, he was working. He was banished because he was a mutant with a high risk of being evil. So
That's right. Yeah. So does that bring where do the predators come in?
the predators don't come into this.
Oh, okay.
It's just that you got aliens and you got
I
predators.
see. So it wasn't like a triple.
That's right.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Which was why I was sad, but initially, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, and Mr. Bones, he has like this huge warehouse of just freaking alien eggs and just
Wow.
bunches of hosts, just hundreds and hundreds, and he's just breeding them all himself.
That's how he rolls.
Yeah, it is. He's
Farmville sure has gotten serious.
That's right.
Farmville IRL.
Oh god,
The Cursed Earth.
it's great.
Right on.
Yeah, that sounds like a good read.
It is. It really is. It's like book 3 is when it gets like serious, and there's a knockdown, drag out brawl when he
Yeah.
breaks into the Judge Head's quarters.
Nice.
Just like hundreds of aliens storming in.
Oh,
Right on.
wow. Yeah. Does Judge Anderson come into play at all in this one?
Don't believe so. No,
Because she's a telekinetic. Is she in the book at all?
I don't think so. No.
Okay. The Dredd's partner.
He does have like a
The
African American lady. Curly hair.
That's after Anderson.
She's a new.
Yeah, I can't think. I know who you're talking about. I can't remember her name, but Judge Anderson, the one I'm familiar with, his partner, she is like telekinetic, mind reader, mutant.
Mm-hmm. Well, there is. I'll talk briefly about the Predator one because I was a little less thrilled about this one because they only took the first 2 movies are the only thing that's canon, apparently. But yeah, so they had to find the Predator. They hire a telekinetic, and it turns out it's Dutch's great grandmother, granddaughter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger's
Yeah,
character.
yeah. So I just tie him in, calling it.
She got to the chopper.
That's where she got the chopper. you ugly.
Here I am. Fight me.
She actually tries to stop the fight between Dredd and Predator, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll get to that like sometime later.
Okay. I was disappointed.
Yeah.
Like he bombs in on the podcast. I'd like to return this, please.
I want my money back.
The podcast turns into a customer complaint.
All right, you're gonna have to fill out this form.
You get $2 of credit.
I'm not whining. I'm doing a return. Oh, sorry, wrong form.
No, that's the right form.
Oh my god! But yeah,
That's awesome.
Predator versus Judge Dredd versus Aliens. Top good stuff. I'd give everybody.
I'd love to see that as a movie.
I know, right?
Oh yeah, but the rights. Oh, does Warner Brothers have the right to Judge Dredd?
I think so.
So that.
I mean, who did that last Judge Dredd movie? What company?
That
went
was
through that?
independent.
Independent.
Let me double check.
Because they got 2 out of 3. So
Yeah. Brain fart.
words, yes.
Dead air. Use your words.
Yes. I'll just get rid of all the dead air.
Perfect.
Like it'll be like we found it right
That's
away.
right.
We're smart.
We're smart. We did it. And no, Sean's not looking up anything on his phone.
No,
He's searching his brain.
Brain power.
You'd be surprised people's brains would explode. Sean's on the computer?
Whoa.
That doesn't happen too often.
You know, while we're in the dead air space, so I was actually singing a song at work. I think it was Electric Avenue. And for some reason, I started singing it as Arnold Schwarzenegger. Take me down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher.
Oh my god.
I can't even redo it like I did the other night, but I was having way too much fun with that.
Lionsgate.
Lions. Oh. I think.
That's the Carl Urban one.
They're the guys behind the second Hellboy movie.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm actually thinking about, I just was talking to Sean earlier, I'm going to be ordering some Hellboy here in the future to talk about on the podcast.
Oh, nice.
Did you get any books at con?
I did. I got a lot of books. I got the first 5 Ape Sapiens.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I kind of got them out of order. Like last year, I got 1, 3, 5, 7.
Okay.
Because I didn't know that was like baby stages of knowing how comics work.
Yeah. It's the first time, like the first comics I ever really bought, like even before the shop opened up, I didn't really know the concept of issues, the difference between issues and volumes, and like 6 months before Sean opened the shop in town, I had bought it was like a year. I had bought an Iron Fist comic, and it was one of the volumes, but it was like volume 4. So I still haven't read it because I don't know what happens from volumes 1 to 3 in this story arc.
Maybe you should. Oh, if only one of our friends had a comic book shop. Darn.
Not a mind reader. I'm not Judge Anderson. I got a couple that you might be interested in, speaking of that.
All right. I
managed to score a Secret Wars #8.
What?
Yeah.
And a hardcover original Superman versus Muhammad Ali.
No shit.
Yeah. Oh, man, Comic-Con was so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
I had to be torn away a few booths.
Dragging around by the beard.
How much is that? I'm going for like all #1s, first issues. Like,
I don't get me, I love comics. I love them with unconditionally. But when it comes to Comic-Con, prints are always my biggest issue. Because you're pretty. But now I have like almost an entire storage locker just filled with framed prints.
Yeah, see, I have the exact same problem. I only bought one print, and it was it was only $4, and that's the reason I got it, because I was like, I need to save my money.
I need my fix.
Like I in shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Shirts get me. I'm wearing one of my shirts from it right now. So is he.
Oh,
Jessica Jones.
Nice.
I love comic book T-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't get enough of them. I only bought one, and it was the Rose City Comic-Con Hellboy T-shirt.
Very nice.
yeah.
Because that's awesome.
You bring up shirts. I'm wondering if you saw there was like this blackish kind of walled off room kind of booth, and it had glow T-shirts, like actual electronic T-shirts.
I saw that. They had the dubstep music playing, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw some of those. Those were cool. I saw someone walking around Comic-Con wearing one. He had an arc reactor.
I saw that.
That was pretty
nice,
cool.
nice.
They also had SpongeBob doing the rainbow thing.
That's
imagination.
I did not go into that booth. I know what you're talking about though, because I cannot.
Sean repellent.
Pretty much. We found a Ryan repellent too, though.
Oh.
Speaking of,
What you got?
All trade paperbacks, half off cover price. You heard that guy?
Oh my god!
Did you hear that
yes,
guy?
Like in the background, I was wondering. It's a monotone lull.
Him and my wife are off in the corner because it was annoying him so many times. I keep dragging him around, like I go up different aisles just because I know where we'd come up to that. I come up this way, and it's like he's looking around and stuff. I would always lead him back to that dude, and then him and my wife are off in the corner because I'm like this with my trying to record it. So
that's when the guy's like,
and I'm following him around. Say it. And these two are over off on the side looking at me going,
Oh my god.
I swear it's like that guy waited for me to be like right by him and not looking. It's like, whole trade.
and I'm all,
Yes. The anger flew through you.
I'm like, all right, let's go this way. Oh, check out this booth. We'll go over here, swing back around. We just made a circle, come back. I lead him back to him.
The worst part was the guy was stationed to where, well, I wish I would have had the money for that section, because right across from him was the giant room of shirts and sweaters.
Did you go in that one?
Beautiful.
I did. I saw that. I'm not too big into shirt. Not too big into dressing myself, thank you.
Well,
I'm shirtless right now.
That's
Hey,
why.
Sean's pantless.
That's why it's not video.
They had so many cool sweaters on the backside, though, right where that guy was. Like, they had a Wolverine one with the dark orange and brown.
Yeah.
That was like near the top, and I was like, oh, that looks cool, but I don't want to spend $60.
Give it to you for 20 if you climb up there and get it yourself.
Spider Ryan wants to buy
Click
this.
not.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He gets to the top. Guess who's up there waiting for him? Ultra. He's like a yodeler at this point.
I'm really surprised that guy didn't have like a megaphone.
He didn't need it.
No.
That guy
Got
was...
your attention.
Like, we could hear him like
Yeah.
booths and booths away.
That's probably why I didn't like the... 'cause I couldn't hear him.
I was like, I'm going to start shouting that outside your shop. He's like, no, you're not. Because then I have to tell them they're not really half off cover price.
You got half off cover price in here? I know. Don't listen to that guy. The police are on their way.
Sean comes out. No, you got to say double.
Wait a minute.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was a good time though. I wish like it was kind of last minute. I didn't know if I was going to be able to go or not, and Sean was like, "You want to go?" Yeah, sure.
Don't be an idiot.
Right. So I didn't really have much time to save up money for it, so I didn't get as much stuff as I would have liked to.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I got quite a bit for how much money I had. I even like got risky. I was like, all right, I'll use what little money I have on my card to pay for the ticket, so I'll have more spending cash.
Yes.
And in all fairness, I gave him plenty amount of time, but I also bled him in the shop plenty amount during that time.
I was kind of wishing that it was like next weekend on the 18th instead, because I get paid on the 15th.
There you go.
Yeah.
Could have bought one of those $9 sodas.
Oh, good God.
I kind of wish that I had been able to. I decided against it so I could get these independent comics instead, but I wanted to get one of those sketch cover comics and take it to the artists. Yeah. Maybe I'll do that at like Wizard World or something.
Yeah, that's I'm gonna say January. I
Yeah.
remember always coming up here, and then end of December, January. We always went. Then we used to always go back to Reno.
For the other Wizard World?
Yeah, for the other Wizard World.
He spent so much time at Wizard World, they were like, are you looking for a job or something?
I became very, very friendly with Lou Ferrigno and Neil Adams. Like, they recognized me. We started chit-chatting. Didn't have to pay for anything. Hey, it's nice. You just keep stalking them. You don't have to pay for anything.
Oh, hopefully you can go to Wizard World and he's there and you can get me an autograph.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Wizard World, definitely.
Woo! Sean!
No, not that Neil Adams, man. I love me some Neil Adams, but he's definitely a salesman.
Well, I was talking about Lou Ferrigno.
Oh, yeah,
I want
Ferrigno.
that
He's
guy's
way
autograph.
cool, man. So cool.
So,
that's all I got, man.
Yeah,
Except a full bladder.
I think I'll save this other comic for another time. We're going to have Garrett on the show again at some time soon.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on. It was
Maybe,
really cool having you.
Yeah.
Maybe a permanent addition.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be
Yeah,
sweet.
I'll have you on as a regular. So, thank you guys for tuning in. Welcome back to the podcast circuit, I guess.
We're back!
Yeah, we're back. And like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that share button and share us on Facebook. And as always,
Have a day!
Yeah.